What's up, everybody? FSC Trucking. We're getting ready to go out on another run. It's Easter Sunday. It's late at night. I just got done a real quick welding project for my father. We're getting ready to ship it out to Texas for him. Really hope it makes it on time. With that, we're going to head and fire up Black Dog. We're going to go get a load for Crystal Miller. We got to go out west a little bit, grab it, and then come back to Wisconsin with it. So stick around because we got work to do. When we get back, we'll see what's what. But yeah, it's that kind of week. Let's hit it. Rise and grind, Black Dog. Rise and grind. Holy crap, I bet you thought I forgot all about this. Actually, this is a very important part of the future here at FSC Trucking. We got this big gap right here missing something. Where am I gonna find that? Oh yeah, that's right. 4-State Trucks, that's right. The friends of ours, the Chrome Shop Mafia. That's where. That gives me the confidence to take this, clap down, pile of trash, FLD Freightliner, and make it as good as gold. Now that being said, I need to save some money because times are tough nowadays. Pockets are empty, cuz. What we need to do is get 10% off. Now, how am I gonna do that? Light bulb. Aha! 10% off with FSC 10. That's right, your promo code, my gift to you. Promo code FSC 10. 10% off across the board. In person, on the app, on the internet. Heck, if you can send a carrier pigeon, do it. FSC 10, get you 10% off across the board. That way save you a little bit of money, and you can support those that support your favorite channel. Now, if only I had the rest of... yeah. On with the show. Excellent. So the load we're picking up is only 12,000 pounds, so we don't need the axle. So we'll leave it behind. We're going to leave the ramps off. We use the ramp for Mid-America Trucking Show. All dually up here. What I did is I left the brake leg hand hooked. That way it holds air. Now the brakes are set on the axle. All right, pickup truck's in, shut the door, axle's dropped. Let's get the door down and ready to roll out here. So just do some paperwork and we'll get on down the line and we'll see you out west. Alrighty everybody, we're just now getting into South Dakota. Just crossed over from Sioux Falls. So I'm gonna stop here and get fuel. Found it for $4.44 a gallon compared to 5 something up there in back in Minnesota and even Wisconsin. Check it out, we get a choice. 100% diesel or no number 2 diesel. But this is 100% diesel. Now granted, it's ultra low sulfur. But I'd rather that than biodiesel. That's why you wind up with algae blooms, if you could avoid it. But not all places you can avoid it. So get what you can get, right? Clean the windows quick while the dog fills. Alrighty, we're parked for now. We'll get down the road and get loaded tomorrow and then get strolling. Let's shut the primary off, get lights. Get our green APU fired up. There we go. Heat set at 70. All right, so we're good to go. We'll have we'll be heated or cooled or whatever's needed throughout the night. So engine's warm, I'm warm or cool, either one, and good to go. Climate controlled by green APU. So now it's bed by time. See you tomorrow. Good late morning, everybody. We got loaded early this morning and we're still rolling back to Wisconsin. We'll be in Minnesota here shortly. It's been windy out and it's a northerly wind, so it's coming from the north. We're headed east on 90. You can see the wind turbines up there pretty much facing north. It's funny how a side wind gives trucks a little bit of trouble. It's not like it's a headwind, it's a side wind, but it's still fighting it. Kind of funny how that plays out, but there we go. Minnesota state line. Minnesota welcomes you, as they say. I'm gonna guess right there was the actual state line. I don't know, where is the state line right there? Is it at that road seam? Is it right here? Because the sign's back there. Couldn't really see if eastbound scales or westbound scales are open or not. I thought I saw a truck coming out. Bypass is pretty much on constantly, but you never know. So our load is just under 11 feet wide, 1310 tall, just big old, it don't weigh very, this one's light, weighs in at 12,000 pounds. That's why we left the axle at home. We could have just flipped it, but I'd have to get the forklift, so I was like, you know what, there's no need to drag it around. We're gonna unload in Wisconsin anyway, so it's not far from the shop. So if I get a call saying, hey, go load this, that, and the other after we unload, which is unlikely, but we might. If I needed the axle, I can just go up back to the shop, hook it up, and go get it. But there are a couple of things I want to do. We're going to do a new sponsored video. I picked up some new strobe lights from a smaller outfit that makes different lights and panels and so on like that. So we're going to do a video on that. on this one, I don't believe, but I think that'll be a standalone because I really want to bring the trailer inside, get it up on the ramps and grease it, go over everything once. I didn't get the time Easter Sunday or the day before, so we'll get that done after this one, which is the basic plan. So we'll pull the axle in too, go over it, make sure everything's good to go. Well, the axle's real easy. I mean, you can basically do that right where it sits. Just hook air to it with chop air and you're good to go. Or actually let the air out, and then the brakes will release on their own. But I wanted to get them lights installed on an axle. They'd be kind of cool. Put two things all in one, right? I don't know if you noticed, we're starting to take on more sponsors. I feel like I always have to justify it because people complain. YouTube is a business, this channel is a business. If it doesn't make more than it costs, then it's a hobby. So it has to earn a living in addition to the truck earning a living. That's how we're going to build Orwell. We're going to take on more sponsors and make sure that we can actually bring in more money and get more parts and stuff paid for and on and on. You know how that goes. So we're definitely going to be doing more of that. Time ago, still east on with Whitmire, I had my yellow Peterbilt. We were coming through here. Matter of fact, going the same direction. We're fighting all kind of, I think, wind at that time. And at the 20-mile marker, there's a small little rest area. Pulled in there and went to sleep, and that was a mistake. They're just pushing hard to get back to the yard. Get another load. If I remember right, I had a load waiting at the yard. I could load up and head right down to like South Carolina with it, if I remember. It was already at the yard. It was something I could load myself and just roll. But either way, stopped at that rest area, and we woke up in the morning and it was snowing and blowing, and it took us an hour to get from the 20-mile marker to the 40-mile marker. We pulled inside there to get something to eat and some stuff to drink and just get a little more provisions for the weather, you know. And then we tried to get moving and the trucks were stuck. We couldn't get out of the parking lots. We were empty. I had my step deck at the time. Yeah, it didn't take long. I was trying to use a pin jack to lift up my my drives to hang snow chains on it. Didn't matter. They shut the interstates down, and we were hung up in that truck stop. There's a little one on the north side of the highway. It had a little restaurant in it. I don't know if it still does. We're stuck in there for like 3 days. It was 10 to 15 below zero. Then add the wind. So it was just cold. Go inside and eat. The building was cold, but it was warm enough. They had food so you could eat, but there were a lot of people that were in there in their cars, and they were like sleeping in the restaurant when we were all stuck. I had the Peterbilt running non-stop for 3 days. Believe it or not, the wind was blowing. Oh no, I'm sorry, I got out of my parking space. The guy I was running with didn't. So when I stopped to talk to him, that's where I got stuck. And I was in the front of the place, right kind of over by the gasoline pumps. And I couldn't get going. That's when I started trying to hang iron. So I was in the middle of nowhere. My buddy's truck was buried. He actually had trouble where his truck was getting buried, had a hard time getting the air through the hood. I think he had no problem with heating. I think he actually had an overheat problem. Me, I was in the middle of nowhere, and I had big snow drifts going around the drive tires, absolutely burying the drives. But on the driver's side of the engine block, there was ice built up because it was just warm enough the snow hit it, it would kind of half melt and then refreeze the more stuff got on it. So a running engine block had ice on it. I couldn't build up water temperature to save my soul. I had the engine RPM up at like 1200 RPM. I had the grill totally covered. Didn't matter. I think we were running 120 degree water. That's all the heat we had. The heat was wide open, and if you were in the truck with a hoodie, you were comfortable. Snow was coming through the door seals. There was a little pile of snow on my bed where it was coming through the sleeper door. That was the storm where the Superdome, the Minneapolis football stadium, the roof collapsed from the weight of the snow. That's the storm. That was right before you get to the scale in Worthington, Minnesota at the 40-mile marker. Interesting, fun story for you. Truck stop over here that's now a Casey's. That wasn't a Casey's back then. That's where we were stopped. There's a Quick Trip over there on that side of the this side of the interstate. There was something else back then. There was a shop over there that was doing pretty brisk business on a Sunday, getting guys' trucks running that froze up their brakes and couldn't get going. This one here. I thought it was back here. Yeah, the truck stop over here to Circle K. That was there, and then on the other side of the interstate, that's the one we stayed at right there, that Scenic. Stuck in there for a good while. Yep, I remember it now. Hey, the chicken house is open. Weigh us on our 12,000-pound load. They're building a big old shed in the backyard there. Give the window a crack in case there's instructions over the microphone there.
Exit to I-90. I was thinking I was going to have to walk my phone in with the permit. Last time I had a load in Minnesota, although I was also overweight too, I had to bring the permit in. Actually, I didn't have to bring it in. He met me next to the truck, looked at the phone, and sent me on my way. All right, cool. Let's go. I always thought this section of road is real pretty with the river, like right there. You come out of Wisconsin, if you're going the other way, if you come out of Wisconsin, there's a lock and a dam right there. You can see it from the bridge. There's a rest area there. There's enough room to get a truck in there, but it's kind of tight, not gonna lie. But you can get one in there. But you really can't see it easy from where you park your truck. I've often thought of coming through here with boats and stuff, you know, it'd be real cool. See it all by the water. Yeah, the dam's like right there off to the left. Kind of difficult to see from the road. Welcome back into Wisconsin.